I know you're gonna dig this. Oh yeah. Hi guys, and welcome back to cryptochesterg. I'm here today to give you a cryptocurrency show. We're going to be going through Bitcoin here on the short-term time frame, the mid-term time frame, the long-term time frame. We're going to go through some on-chain stuff as well, some liquidation heat maps, some crypto bubbles, and also once we're done with that, we're going to be getting into some we're going to get deep down and dirty into the altcoins for the day. Going to be looking at some potential positions that we can be executing over on CopyTrader. This stream is sponsored by BingX. Some amazing rewards being offered in the link in the description specifically for my community. So if you guys want to go take advantage of that, please go and do that if you haven't signed up to BingX already. Amazing exchange coming through here. But we're going to be starting off the stream today with a nice bit of Bitcoin on the short-term time frame, because Bitcoin right now is actually taking a bit of a pullback, okay? Taking a bit of a pullback, and we are seeing essentially $65,000, okay? Very interesting stuff, because we have just come from all-time highs, and I thought we were going to be up again at all-time highs again, right? But we haven't really seen that coming through. We were talking yesterday, and we were around this sort of level yesterday, and what did we say? We said, look, I can see Bitcoin coming up to around 68.9, and we came up there. Unfortunately, I missed my TP, so I was pretty annoyed, because I was actually long on the stream. I didn't realize. But yeah, I missed my TP, and I'm actually still long in this position because I thought we would retrace, but we haven't retraced as of yet, and we just keep dumping here. So I'm currently in a long. I mean, it's a very, very wide long, guys. Like my stop loss is down at like 61 or something like that. Like we've got time, right? We've got many levels of support to be tapping into before any levels that I really need to be worrying about, okay? And we will be going into my next big long trade very shortly, because we're getting closer and closer. We're at $1,000 away from a God mode long to the goddamn moon, okay? So stay tuned for that. But what I want to talk about to start off with here is this this current price action here for Bitcoin, because we are seeing us kind of tinker down here, and let's see if we can get any sort of chart patterns that we can be using for reference. I see Mr. Miles in the chat coming through saying, I got the chat room all to myself today. Woo, I'm alone. I can get rid of these annoying clothes. God damn, bro. Nice. Every time. Yeah, nice to see you on the stream there, bro. Do appreciate you stopping by. And I see 4 of you watching. So if you are here and you are just some people call themselves lurkers, right? And you tune in every day, but you never say anything in the chat. You're more than welcome to say hello in the chat. I'll say hello back to you. I do appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully I am bringing you value here as well. So one thing I would say, just straight off the bat about Bitcoin here, is I don't want to read your chats anymore, Mr. Miles, because I'll end up saying something that I shouldn't on stream. You can see here, this is going to be a downward sloping parallel channel. And you can see straight away, this is going to be the measure move to the downside. These tend to usually do break to the upside, guys. So that's definitely something we need to take into consideration for the price action in the future here for Bitcoin. That area is going to be around 67,000. If we break that to the upside, there will be a nice little move here that we can take advantage of, that will be simply just something along the lines of that. That's going to be the measure move here on the micro time frames here. But the one thing I'm really looking for here is 64.5, and I will explain to you very shortly as to why. But 64.5 is big, guys. It's going to be a big dog, okay? First things first, we've got this this level of support coming through at 64.5, and you can see the momentum that we actually do have from this support at this level. You can see it's very strong. We got around 6-7% there. Great stuff just off the bat with barely any pullback there. So it just shows that there is a lovely level of support there. And also, we're dumping quite aggressively here for Bitcoin, so it's only natural that we do have a bounce to the upside. That's another point as well. We do have this volume weighted, is it volume weighted? Yeah, volume weighted moving average Fibonacci waves here, and you can see the respect that we do get on these in terms of support, guys. It is very strong in these areas, so we can be using this to our example as well, to our advantage as well, sorry. And that does line up pretty nicely in this area. And again, we've got the 60-minute volume weighted ATR band in the zone as well. So if we do dump down, complete this measure move, probably get a wick down to 64.5, and then bounce up from there, guys. The bounce that I'm sort of banking on here is going to be something from this zone. Okay, another point to touch on, guys, is jump into the midterm very, very quickly, because the midterm volume weighted ATR band on the 12-hour, whereas that's lined up clearly at 64.5 yet again. So is this going to happen very, very fast? I do think it is. I think we're going to dump down. We're going to tap this 64.5, and then we're just going to bounce. Okay, we're going to bounce quite aggressively to the upside. And I think there's going to be a really, really nice long position to be had here. Not sure how many percentages we can, how much percent we can actually be looking at here. But it's going to be a nice bounce. Let's look at the last time that we did bounce on this volume weighted ATR band. You can see here, nice bit of momentum there. And again, lovely bit of momentum there. And you can see the move there was around 2.67%. I mean, this one is just ridiculous, so we're not really going to count that one. But yeah, around 2% is sort of the minimum that I would be expecting for this this bounce here. And yeah, it's going to be pretty reliable here, okay? So there you can see 8% there as well. Now, if we don't bounce, it's absolutely fine, guys. It's absolutely fine. We can just trickle our way down here, because we do have bigger support levels at levels like 59.1, and you can see we've got the daily volume weighted ATR and the 4-hour coming up quite aggressively as well. So if we don't bounce on the 12-hour, and this is why I'm not going to be like just blindly getting into a really big leverage long here, because we could easily swing in this area. We could easily swing in this area. You don't want to be liquidated, guys. You've got to be very, very cautious when Bitcoin is doing this. We could have a big panic set off. And there's some stuff happening in China as well about the Evergrande? Yeah, Evergrande, I think it's called, the building company again. They've been inflating their revenue illegally by like 78 billion, I read earlier. So yeah, that's probably going to have an effect on the markets as well. And we all know that's like I think it's the biggest property company in China. And obviously we know how strong the Chinese economy is in comparison to affecting the world economy. We had this last time when this company decided to play with the books and stuff like that. We actually saw assets over this side of the world, not including Bitcoin, got very volatile, and we did see some price action formulate from that. So we can expect that to be coming through. So guys, I would go check out that article, and maybe this is the FUD that they're going to be putting out to dump the price so they can buy it lower, because they missed out on this institutional buying power from the US. Okay, so obviously it's corruption, but it's highly likely. Okay, currently seeing Bitcoin at 65,200 now. The bounce point that I would be looking out for here for a micro bounce is going to be 64.5. And hey, the safe position for this, in my opinion, is going to be simply a bounce up to the Fibonacci. Okay, the Fibonacci I'm talking about is a 0.236 Fibonacci retracement here from the all-time high of Bitcoin, from the swing high of Bitcoin all the way down to this swing low, the most recent swing low at 38,500. And you can see this is going to be the Fibonacci retracement. We have tested that already, and we have seen a really, really nice bounce. But it's just this little skinny gap coming down from here. I do see us bouncing on the 12-hour, coming up for a nice 1.35%. Really, really safe position there, and I will be getting into that over there on Copy Trader. If you guys did want to get involved with that, you can follow my trades over on Fairdesk. Did have a bit of a loss yesterday, unfortunately. Got absolutely slammed down in an OP trade, but I did check the followers, and thankfully not that many of you are following that trade, so we're still in the money there. Really, really good stuff. So yeah, nothing to really be worried about there. But yeah, this is definitely going to be the position that I'm looking for Bitcoin today. It's just very, very simple, very, very easy. It's kind of written in stone. I would be very, very, very shocked if this didn't happen. Okay, so that is what I'm going to be saying here about the midterm time frame. The longer term time frame here, the short term time frame here, guys, it lines up at 64.5 for a bounce. Again, 64.5 for a bounce. We've got the 60-minute volume weighted ATR, and we've got the Fibonacci volume weighted Fibonacci bands there. They're lining up for a bounce at 64.5. So yeah, it's just kind of written in stone here for this bounce in this area. Let me just see. We currently have a week low set at 64.5. That's interesting, because that's obviously against our position there. But the measure move completion is 64.6. So usually after a measure move completion, we do see a bounce to the upside again. And the bounce that I'm talking about again is that volume weighted ATR band bounce, and that is literally worth 1.37%. Did we say 1.35%? So yeah, definitely an easy trade here that I would be looking out for. Very, very, very simple, and we're going to be catching this hopefully within the next next couple of hours or so, potentially maybe the next 22 minutes if we do bounce, if we do come down aggressively here for the for this hourly candle. Okay, so let's jump through to some other indicators here on the old midterm here for Bitcoin. What have we got in terms of MAs? We are, I mean, because we were in such a progressive stance for Bitcoin for such a long time, the MAs, we have essentially lost them. We've lost the MAs, so it is a bearish sign here for Bitcoin. But the ones that I really would be taking notice of is the 200 EMA and the 200 SMA coming down, and they're currently 62 and 60,000, 61,000 there. But these will be creeping up as the 4-hour candles commence. We will see these creep up. But what you are seeing here, guys, because you have seen them in quite a progressive stance recently, because the price has been progressive. But you can see when we do go sideways like this, these moving averages, they start to sort of get to that sideways point again, right? They start to kind of curl over. And that's essentially what we're seeing here. And what this means, it means we're not going to have this progressive move to the upside anymore. And then we're going to see a bounce here. The bounce is going to be considerably lower, okay? The bounce is going to be considerably lower, and the price that I would be looking for a bounce off the 200 EMA and SMA is going to be around, it depends how fast we dump, right? If we dump and we're currently around here, it's going to be around 62, 63, and also around here 62. So yeah, around 62, I'd say 62 to 63 is a feasible area to be planning that out for. Right, okay, Bitcoin is dumping, okay? So I might have to get into a long position very, very shortly. So you might have to bear with me as that is happening. But if not, I don't really want to miss this trade. Been waiting for this trade for a while. So yeah, I will be executing that very, very shortly. And you can see, where should we go now? Should we go on directional movement index? What are we saying with that? We bearish crossover there with the ADX really low. We covered this yesterday, guys. If the ADX is low, it basically determines how strong the trend is going to be. And having this this crossover with the ADX low, it was the interpretation that the trend was going to be quite small. But you can see from there, we're actually holding out quite strong here. And a bearish sign is the fact that the ADX is still climbing. Okay, the ADX is in this progressive stance to the upside. If we break this high, guys, we break this high on this ADX at around 31, then I would be a bit more worried. Okay, I would be a bit more worried here for the continuation of the downside here for Bitcoin. So that's definitely something to be looking out for there. Let's look at RSI with plotted divergences. You can see we do have a hidden bearish divergence coming through on the 4-hour, guys. That means continuation to the downside. So yeah, another bearish sign there for Bitcoin. Not great stuff. That does bring me onto the macro. I want to look at the money flow for Bitcoin because we were referencing that yesterday here. This is the weekly. Obviously very, very bullish on the weekly. Let's jump back to the daily. The daily, oh yeah, yesterday we were seeing the money flow being quite strong to the downside, but we actually have seen a bullish crossover on the money flow index today, which does what it says on the tin. It is bullish here, so it does show that money is flowing into Bitcoin now, even though the price is coming down. We are seeing a bit of money flow come in since the previous all-time high for Bitcoin. So this is actually a bullish sign here, looking pretty good there. Just hopefully we don't continue off a cliff here, right? But hey, it is Bitcoin, guys. We can easily come down, but likelihood we bounce up quite aggressively. But again, we need to be very vigilant of the news in China that's just come out about the property company. Again, guys, that could easily crash the market. And from a manipulative standpoint, that it kind of makes sense to do so, right? So yeah. We're looking at the vortex indicator here. You can see that we do a crossover. The crossover is going to be the negative to the upside. And that is actually a bearish sign as well, guys. So yeah, it's not looking too great for Bitcoin right now, but we can be profiting off these bounces as and when they form into formation, right? So yeah, not too shabby. But what I would expect here is 64.5 and then a bounce from 64.5 back up to around 65.4. That's going to be a very, very easy trade in my opinion. So yeah, we can basically just wait for that. It's getting closer and closer and closer. Let's move on to, yeah, this. You can see this bounce is just going to be just juicy. Okay, it's going to be really, really, really nice. Last time we bounced off these areas, really, really, really strong momentum to the upside. So yeah, hopefully we can get a really, really nice trade there. Good stuff. Triple EMA and double EMA, they are in a digressionary stance right now. So the downtrend is following the downtrend. It's absolutely fine for it to do so. No problems there. We could do some sort of trend line coming through like that. That would basically mean a bounce around 63. We could be going candle body closes instead. and that would basically mean a lower bounce here. You can draw your trend lines either way. It's basically just to get as many touches as possible and to find that really reliable bounce point. And you can see here it does look somewhat cleaner than we saw before. Nice bounce point, nice bounce point, nice bounce point. So the bounce point I would expect to come down here. If we do, that is going to be around 62.3, and that does line up with, where were we? It did line up with something else. It was the, yeah, it was around the 200 EMA here on the 4 hour. So yeah, the stars are sort of aligning here for a 62.3 bounce here for this 4 hour 200 EMA coming through there. So definitely something to be looking out for there when these prices come together. But yeah, hopefully we do get a bounce here, guys. I do see it happening. You can see a bit of upwards momentum already coming through for Bitcoin. So let me just read the chat quickly. I see quite a few of you in the chat. Ugly markets. Some are saying the bull market is over already. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. We all knew this was gonna happen. Like, we all knew this was gonna happen. It's like, yeah, all-time highs for Bitcoin. It's gonna come down. It's only natural, right? People are saying, oh, triple top, we're going to zero. It's like, no, we're not. Like, the institutions wouldn't have bought up so much Bitcoin if we were going to zero. So we're just going to have a pullback. It's absolutely fine to have pullbacks, guys. It's not a healthy chart if we don't have pullbacks. So it's absolutely fine for us to be doing this. I know everyone prefers the charts going up because your hodl bags are going up. And a lot of people are still waiting for your altcoins to wake up. But obviously this is very depressing to see. But just rest assured, guys, Bitcoin will stabilize. And we will see the uptrend continue. But what I do want to say here, let's just break down the market structure of this current macro uptrend, because this is where it gets important, guys. Okay, this is where it gets very, very important, and I want to emphasize this to you, how the market is still going to be in a bullish stance even if we are dumping off a cliff, right? Okay, because in reference to what who was just saying that Tom from Texas was just saying that people are saying the bull market's already over, right? Let me just tell you the areas of where we think, the areas that we can see where the bull market would be over, right? So you can see this is the swing low here. We've got a nice higher low here. Let me just, I'm just going to plot these in so it's easy for you guys to see. We've got a higher low there in the yellow. Another higher low confirmed would be here, because you can see we're coming down here and we're breaking this high to the upside. That's a higher low as well, confirmed. The next higher low here would be down here. And then, depending on your preference here, so this is the weekly higher low. So I'd like to go to the daily here for this chart. And you can see the high lows would still be the same. The most recent pullback here for Bitcoin that we can sort of reference would be around 59.1, okay? 59.1. But I just want to be completely clear with what I'm saying here, guys. This would be the most recent higher low, okay? But it's not as valid as the other ones. And what I mean by that is in terms of consolidation, like consolidation of the price going sideways, having that sort of relaxation period in this run. This is what we really look for to confirm this higher low. So the most recent confirmed, official, reliable higher low, say more words, man, would be around 38,500. So we're still in a bullish stance, even if we're coming down to these sorts of areas here. You can see the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement is, it's not on the screen because I haven't done that. Apologies for that, guys. You can see the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement is here, and this, if we lose the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, essentially that means that it's the confirmation of the reversal on the trend on the macro. So that price is all the way down at $33,000, right? So the chance of us getting down there with the institutional buys that we've just had, it's extremely unlikely, guys. These guys have got so much money. If they see the price coming down to these 50, 40 sort of areas, they're going to be buying it up, guys. They will be buying it up. So just be prepared for that. And just jump into the chat quickly, saying Mika's Adventure, saying Chester, what's up, man? Hope you're having a good day. And I see Mel G coming through saying Ethereum, please. Yeah, we're gonna get to some altcoins, guys. So if you've got some altcoins, make sure you request them in the chat. And I will basically go through the chat and go through the list with some TA. But one sec, just gonna have some tea. Bloody English man drinking tea, right? Cliche. But yeah, so what I'm saying here is the most recent, most reliable higher low here for Bitcoin is actually down at $38,000. So even if we do lose this higher low at $59,000, which is confirmed but we didn't see that consolidation that we really wanted for a significant amount of time in this run. So it's not as valid as the 38,000 buck one, but we definitely will find support there, guys. We definitely will find support there. So I'm really not too worried for the price of Bitcoin here. So the key bounce point, again, to be looking out for there is going to be the volume-weighted ATR band on the 12-hour, and that is, oh, we're having a pump for Bitcoin right now. We're basically near enough pumped $1,000. Interesting. Let me just change these volume-weighted ATR bands so you guys can see them on the stream again. What should I change it to? Change it to blue. Okay, we'll change this one to blue so you guys can see it very easily. And you can see this is the 12-hour volume-weighted ATR band, guys. We usually bounce on this quite aggressively when we do see nice pullbacks here, and it's usually the first, second, and third bounce that are decent. So you can see we pump with a lot of momentum over this blue line here. We come down, we basically test it there. Nice big move. We test it there. Nice big move. We test it there. Nice big move. Again, nice big move. If we lose it, absolutely fine. But you can see the momentum to the downside when we do get to lose it is very weak. Okay, we're in that consolidatory period, so it's absolutely expected to do that. So what does that mean for us right now? We haven't really seen consolidation. We've seen aggressive moves to the downside. So this is essentially going to mean a nice bounce to the upside. Okay, the bounce that I'm referring to and looking for isn't that big, guys. I'm being safe here, around 1.35% to the upside. If we're looking for this position, this is the safest trade here. It could be a lot more aggressive than that. Okay, I'm not going to be putting in my take profit here at 1.34%. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be manually trading this, and as we get into that long position, I'm going to basically just be sat there watching the chart. And as Bitcoin starts to explode back up to the upside, I'll be managing my position, maybe doing a trailing stop loss, something along the lines of that, as we see we progress back to the upside. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't get to there, and we're actually seeing some nice price action to the upside here for Bitcoin. So this is still bullish. Maybe we see a bullish hammer stick candlestick chart pattern here, and that sends us right back up to the top side here. But yeah, I'm not really surprised here. If you're looking at the momentum from this area, as we were talking about at the start of this stream, guys, it is around 6.5%. Okay, so if we're going to be doing something along the lines of that, we need to be realistic, guys. Do a 3% move, do half of the previous momentum that we did see. That will bring the price back up to around 66,500. We have just seen near enough $1,000 move back up to the upside here. So you can see it is still volatile. There's still a lot of money to be made here. Let's have a little look at the chat here. Finally found a real stream, not some Loop AI scam. The hell is this huge dip about? Yeah, I see quite a few AI scams on YouTube, guys. It's not great, right? Bad news, Chester is an AI program. Yes, I am. I'm not. We got the bounce. This is straightway live, good stuff. For real, for real. Joe's coming through saying Satoshi, the developer of SHIB followers, microcap called. Okay, he's promoting a meme coin. Good stuff. When you drink your tea, please put some British stereotypes. Say something like jolly good. Jolly good, my good sir. Oh, damn, he is real. Let's go. There will be a day that AI is going to be that good that I won't probably be doing this, because there will just be AI people talking about the stream, talking about live prices and stuff like that. So something to think about. But yeah, let's talk about Bitcoin again. Yeah, in terms of the high low point to be really watching out for here, guys, it is 58,900 for a potential bounce point. You can see the momentum from this zone that we did bounce. We all saw this live. We saw this happen, and it was very aggressive when this did happen. And you can see, obviously, it sent us to all-time highs. Realistically, back to candle body open, it was 15% to the upside here. And guys, if you are new to the stream, I'm streaming every single day, Monday to Friday around this time. So make sure you sub, make sure you drop that notification bell so you never miss an upload or a stream. And yeah, you can join the TG as well. We've got a nice tightly knitted family that's been there for over 2 years now. I mean, this channel's like 2 years old or something like that. So yeah, there's a nice place for you to chill out if you want to chill in there. And again, if you're a new trader, if you're a beginner or you're a veteran, we've got professional traders in there. We've got veteran traders in there. So yeah, it's a nice community if you do want to join that. This is quite annoying because basically touched it. Didn't quite touch it, but nearly did. But we are seeing a nice bit of bullish momentum here for Bitcoin. And I'm still long, guys. I'm still long from and was it 67? Hold on. Let's get there. Yeah, it was yesterday we were talking about, let me see if I can get back to that point. I think I played around too much to do it, so if it's glitching anyone out, come on, we'll get there. Yeah, maybe I did a bit too much. Here we go. There we go. Right, so yesterday I was long from around this area, and I missed my TP. So annoying. I missed my TP. I wasn't watching the chart, and it was going to be a manual close, but yeah, I missed it, and now we dumped right back down. So I was basically banking on a nice bounce from this zone, basically coming back up, right? So yeah, my entry point is around 67. So yeah, not too worried. Probably gonna get out of break even there, just because the chart overall looks in this micro downtrend sort of market structure here. So I would expect lower prices. I would expect that 64,500 to get tapped quite aggressively, but just kind of looking for a break even here on that position. Let's jump to some altcoin. Oh no, let's do some on-chain stuff, because I want to see what's happening there today. And again, guys, every morning I don't really look at the chart straight away. I just press stream. I just literally press stream and then just talk about what I'm seeing and how we can sort of navigate the charts together from a community standpoint as well. And we're going to be looking for some trades to execute over on Copy Trader today very shortly. So Bitcoin Exchange Reserve here, guys, we're seeing lows for that. Okay, this is basically how much people are moving their Bitcoin from exchanges onto their hardware wallets, right? Which is a bullish sign, because it's harder to sell your Bitcoin if you are holding it on your hardware wallet. So you can see this has actually reached lows today, which is a very bullish sign for Bitcoin, which is good stuff. Exchange whale ratio, how much Bitcoin the whales are putting on exchanges. We did see a dump to the downside for that, so less manipulation was in order, but we are seeing a bit of a spike to the upside here for this on the day today. So you can see it is pretty choppy, but basically when we do see highs of this, it does instigate, not every time, but it instigates market manipulation. So that's just something to leave in your back pocket to take with you when you are trading the charts today. Estimated leverage ratio, how much of you dirty degens are getting into your positions here, like high leverage risk positions here in your derivative trades. You can see we did see a dip to the downside coming through late last week, but you can see we're kind of stabilizing here. So the degens are not really playing the field right now. Funding rates, where are we at today? Funding rates, you're still going to get paid for holding your short positions, okay? So that basically means more people are actually in long positions right now than in short positions, which is bullish, okay? It is a bullish sign, because with a micro downtrend looking somewhat like this, it's a fairly bearish sign, right? It's a fairly bearish sign to be looking at a chart like this, but the sentiment is still bullish because no, that's liquidations. The sentiment is still bullish because the funding rates are still positive for the short side. So essentially, you're going to get paid if you're holding your short positions right now, which it's not too shabby, okay? Not too shabby at all. We're seeing open interest dip down as well. Very interesting stuff. That's it's less market manipulation that we can potentially see here from the derivative market here. So yeah, that's a bullish sign as well. Let's have a look at fund flow rates. Nothing too crazy, coming down quite aggressively there. Definitely something to be looking out for there. The ratio of coins transfers. These descriptions are so much better than I could describe it to you guys anyway. So yeah, basically a high value indicates investors are actively using the exchanges, and as you can see, this is slowly this has come down today. Well, yeah, come down today. Some of these charts can lag sometimes. So basically it means less people are using the exchanges, which is essentially a bit of a bullish sign there. Miner reserve, guys, this is one that we are watching. This is how much the miners are basically selling into you. How much the miners are selling into you. And you can see when we do see a dip for this, we will potentially see a dip for Bitcoin. You can see the price of Bitcoin here coming down as the miners do sell. So right now we are seeing a bit of a sell-off here over the last sort of day or so, and you can see we're seeing a sell-off in the price. Okay, so it's absolutely fine for that to happen. But yeah, just a few on-chain things to be taking with you on your journey, on your trading journey today. Let's look at the liquidation heat map, because you guys know I love this, and it's a very valid data here for us to be looking out for here. So let's just bring this over very smoothly. Here we go, nice stuff. And you can see Binance BTC liquidation heat map. This is a point of data that we need to be looking out for here today, because you can see, look at all these juicy liquidations up at around 69, 68,000, right? This makes the most sense to throw the price right back up here, liquidate as many people as possible, and then have the continuation potentially to the downside, okay? So just be cautious here. If you are going to be longing, if Bitcoin does explode to the upside, and we do see prices of around 68.8, 69, 69.2, 69.1, this area in general, 69 to 69.5, sorry, 68, we'll do 68.6 to 69.5. That area is going to have big liquidations there, so I would expect a dump down from that zone, just to be cautious. And it does make sense to be throwing the price back up there, because there's no real market manipulation liquidations coming down between 64 and 66 there. So yeah, just looking at that, that's what I would be looking for. I missed my TP2, my hand in the beginning to turn brown. Interesting. If you can, what is your take on GFR? I focus on it the most, and it's the shady company and coin. Interesting. Maybe I'll look at that coin very shortly. Quit breaking my balls. Breaking my balls, man. South Park, right? Right, anyway, let's I don't know what's going on with the chat there. Let's have a little look at what's next. It was crypto bubbles, right? So let me move this back over so we got everything lined up nicely. Crypto bubbles coming through today. We are looking at a bit of lined up. We're looking at a sea of red, guys. It is disgusting. We're looking at the Red Sea today. It's I mean, what can you really say? Altcoins naturally are going to be taking a hit when Bitcoin is doing what it's doing. One coin that is doing considerably well and is still holding relatively well is Solana. Guys, we're still seeing Solana at what, 180? Considering last week we did see Solana break well, yeah, we saw Solana break $200 most recently this week, but literally last week we were sat down at, I think it was like 160 for Solana or something like that. So yeah, nice to see Solana really performing here, and you can see where we're at for Solana right now. It's a very clean, juicy bounce point on the 3-hour volume weighted ATR band, the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement, and also the 7 SMA. So what I would be looking for here for a nice little scalp, just discovering this right now, it is going to be a candle body close in the next sort of 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, depending on what we're looking at here. Look at that bullish engulfing as well. Yeah, let's have a little look at this quickly. So there's big potential here, guys. You've got the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement lining up with the 0.3 as well. You've got the 7 SMA on the 15-minute, which we're likely to break. Hopefully we can break that in 15 seconds. So let's sit and wait patiently. If we can get a nice move above that, then I would expect a nice potential long up to this, at least 187 here. If you're a leverage junkie, there is a bit of profit there for you to be making. And that is going to be, yep, candle body close above the 7 SMA up to 187. Did we just say 1871? So you're looking at around a 1.53% move to the upside. Stop loss, I would leave this open right now. I wouldn't, it's a bit too tight to have a really strong stop loss there. But yeah, I would expect a nice move up to around 187. And that's going to be the 7 SMA here on the 30-minute. Oh no, that's shot right down as well. Now we have seen a candle body close. Hey ho, I would still expect a test to the upside, okay? And maybe a little bit smaller than we had hoped, but hey, we're not into this trade just yet. So now that has happened, what I would say is we're waiting for that candle body close above the 30-minute. If we can get that, then let's look at the space to the upside from there, and that is basically going to mean really clean. Okay, it's actually a huge position to up to around 189. So yeah, good stuff. We didn't get into that because the 30-minute did close quite aggressively there. But you can see if we do get above the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement on the 30-minute, really clean for support. The 7 SMA clean for support. The 180-minute, the 3-hour volume-weighted average true range band is a massive level of support as well. So these are all collided, lining up to this zone right here, guys. So what I would expect here for Solana is a nice move up to around 188, and that is going to be worth roughly from this current price. If I just get rid of that and we'll do a new price range. Roughly from this current price, can be worth around near enough 1.85% to the upside. And hey, look, after dumping such a considerable amount here, Bitcoin's pulling back here. Solana's going to do the same. Solana's going to do the same thing because it has been in a very aggressive bullish stance over the last few days or so. So yeah, this is definitely a bounce point that I would be recommending. trading, essentially, right? But yeah, enough about Solana. Definitely one to watch today for a nice move to the upside. But let's move on to some altcoin requests, okay? And guys, if you're enjoying the stream, I'm here every single day, Monday to Friday, around this time. So yeah, make sure you hit the sub, notification bell, all that good stuff coming through. And if you did want to copy my trades, you can do that over on Fairdesk. Amazing stuff. And let's jump to the chat. If you've got altcoin requests, guys, smash them in the chat, and we will get into that very, very, very shortly. What is first on the list? It was Ethereum, right? Ethereum USD. Let's do a bit of Ethereum and see where we are for that, and see if we can break down the charts and see if we can get some sort of price prediction. I mean, near enough a bullish hammer stick hammer candlestick chart pattern. God damn it. Yeah, that's what I would be looking at there. Let's look at the macro. Let's see what we're looking at here. We are testing the 12-hour volume-weighted ATR band, guys, which is very interesting because on the daily, we actually haven't had a candle close below it. Have we had it on the 12-hour? No, we haven't. We're still testing that, okay, which is actually a very bullish sign. We've got 8 hours here to secure a candle body close above this 12-hour volume-weighted ATR band, which is this lovely juicy red line here. And this does make me want to go back in history to see whether this is going to be our first sort of strong test on this area. So you can see we did test this previously. Lovely, lovely level of support coming through from here after basically breaking it with a lot of aggressive momentum here. And this is the bounce that I'm talking about, guys. This was the really, really clean bounce from that volume-weighted ATR band, which we're kind of looking out for here on Bitcoin around 64.5. This is registering around 6.7%. So in realistic terms, we're looking for another bounce at around 3% here. We did get that from this candle. I'm not sure how that planned out because we did only see it up to around 1%. Oh no, we got a wick. We got a wick around 2% there. But what I'm really saying here, excuse me, for Ethereum is to essentially, we've got 8 hours, guys. We've got 8 hours. If we see a candle body close above this 12-hour volume-weighted ATR band, then it's very likely that we do see a lovely, lovely bounce for Ethereum, sending us right back up there. Nothing too crazy, but with the 7 SMA coming down as well, the 55 EMA there as well, all lining up with the 0.23 Fibonacci retracement. Yeah, the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement and the 60-minute volume-weighted ATR band. If we get a candle body close 3,500, 35,550, this area, I would expect a nice clean move, probably up to the 21 EMA there, and that is going to line up pretty cleanly with this resistance point as well, guys. So yeah, definitely a point to be looking out for there. If we're looking at previous candle body closes from this zone, you can see this one, not so great. This one, goddamn juicy, okay? That's really, really nice. And every single time that we do see a candle body close in this zone, on this 12-hour here, you can see that we have seen a nice little move up at least 2 or 3%. Okay, that one obviously did considerably more, but being safe there, up around 2-3% is definitely a position I would be looking out for there on Ethereum for a bounce to the upside on the basis that we get this 12-hour candle body close. Okay, so it is going to be a nice little swing position for that. But yeah, just ideally if we get that. If we don't get that, we could continue down here, guys. We are breaking micro lows here for Ethereum, so it is still completely possible for us to continue down, but this would be the position if we do get that candle body close that I'm looking for in around 8 hours time. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Okay, it's looking pretty good on the basis that Bitcoin behaves itself, because we know what Bitcoin's up to at the moment, being a disgusting, dirty degen. So yeah, it's dumping off a cliff as well. So yeah. Good stuff. Let's look at what is next on the chat. Overall, very bullish on Ethereum, right? Very, very bullish. What is next? Was it GRT? GFI from Bifindox? It's like something from Hogwarts or something. GFI. Let's have a look at that. GFI Goldfinch. Don't know how this chart's going to be, but it's a Coinbase chart we're going to be looking at, so not too bad. And I said from your chat, you said it's a shady cryptocurrency coin company. Okay, interesting. I mean, that, yeah, straight up, the most shady goddamn chart I've seen in a long time. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is it's just the sell pressure, guys. It's the sell pressure from these wicks. So you can see every time you see a nice wick to the upside, it basically just gets sold into really, really, really aggressively here. So that is a bad sign. Okay, it's a bad sign because any sort of pump is just basically getting wrecked. Okay, not great. One bullish sign no, sorry, one bearish sign I would say again, guys, if you look at these volume weighted ATR bands, it's very rare that they group together like so. This basically means it's a God mode position. If we see the price come up to here, we're likely to, you can basically sell your house, sell your dog, and short the whole market, right? That's definitely something to be looking out for there. Obviously, don't sell your house, don't sell your dog. It's just something we say here. Yeah, definitely a short position to be looking out for there. And you can see every time that we have come up to these sorts of areas, we've been absolutely wrecked by other people shorting this market. So yeah, definitely a position to be looking out for there. Overall, let's look at this chart from a bit of a more of a micro perspective, and let's get some feedback here. So you can see a potential bounce point at around 1.5. This is there is momentum to the upside from here, but unfortunately you have lost the 0.618 Fibonacci there, and you have crossed the 0.5 Fibonacci there. This essentially means, guys, that you've had the confirmation of the reversal of the trend, okay? And that basically is not good for you, okay? I see Chris coming through saying, "What's up, Chester? What's good, everyone?" Nice to see you on the stream there, Chris. Hope you're having a fantastic day, bro. And yeah, we're going to be hitting up some copy trades today. Good stuff. Excited for that. And yeah, got a little bit wrecked yesterday in one position, but hey ho, happens to the best of us. Nice horrible start to the week, but we've had a good few weeks, right? So it is what it is, right? But yeah, I see it didn't actually affect you guys that much who were copying the trades. It affected me more than anything. I think I lost like $500 yesterday, just in that one position. So yeah, pretty brutal, but is what it is. All good stuff. But yeah, the move to the upside here for this Goldfinch falling wedge chart pattern would be something along the lines of this. This is a bit too much for my liking. You guys know I like to be reserved here for these moves. So if we're looking for a measure move, it would be something like that, because that's the other one's a bit too goddamn greedy for my liking, okay? This is the more realistic one, and you're going to make more money trading these non-realistic moves than going for the full move, right? In terms of percentages for that, I would be looking for around 7.1% there. Up to the Fibonacci retracement with 0.5, and you can see you get slammed down quite aggressively from that zone in previous price action there. So yeah, potentially things to be looking out for there. But with the wicks here and how often you're getting sold into, it's a bit too aggressive for my liking in terms of selling pressure. So it's not really a trade that I would really like. And again, you're going against the trend, you're going against the Fibonacci, you're going against all moving average. It's not the nicest position, I would say, in the world. There's cleaner positions out there to be looking out for there. But overall, you're probably not looking for a trade. You're probably looking like, can you give me like a macro position, a macro prediction for this asset? Right now, if you don't hold where you are, I would expect you to probably come down to 122. And again, you've got the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement here on the 12-hour, which will probably give you a nice little bounce there at around 1.34. But overall, unfortunately, it does look, it's not the nicest chart in the world, because you are getting sold into quite a lot. The fact that it's on Coinbase is something, okay? It is something, it is quite good, but still, it's not great, okay? It's not great. Yeah, let's move on from that. What is next? We did see XRP in the chat. XRP from Straightway Life. Yeah, not a problem. Let's get a little bit of XRP come through. Down around 4.8% today. Not seeing the nicest chart in the world. This is polluted as hell. So just bear with me while I sort this out for you guys, because I know some of you might not understand all this dirt I've got on the chart right now. Okay. Right. Where are we at? Where are we at? Let's get rid of... I mean, no, we'll keep that trend line. It's still a nice, valid move there. So what are we seeing right now? We're seeing a nice move to the upside here for XRP. We're actually seeing some nice wicks as well. These are bullish wicks. And what I mean by that, guys, is every time you dump, you get a nice big buy up. Really, really nice stuff there. Seeing this chart on the 12-hour, it's actually looking really, really quite clean. What I would say here is the progressive stance is strong. The force is strong in this one. It's looking pretty good. You're seeing highs getting broken continuously, and you're seeing your higher lows get set here. So yeah, it's looking pretty good overall. In terms of a level of support for XRP, it is going to be down here at around 58. And it's still a bit choppy up in this area, still a bit green. So let's get rid of that. And then we're going to bring up some volume weighted ATR bands, because this looks very, very clean for that. I mean, I would be looking for a price range here between this zone, okay, and this zone here. This makes the most sense, because you can see the support on the lower side here, and you can see the resistance on the top side here. Yes, you broke it to the upside. Amazing stuff. Might have seen a measure move completion there, but overall, this is the range that I would be playing in right now for a level of support. Again, that's just one one thing that we can be looking at. Let's bring up some more indicators and break this down. Let's break this down even more, okay? That right there is pure juice. That is lovely. What we like to see, okay? So if we see XRP banging it up at all to these levels, it's basically just a straight short from this zone. Not the biggest in the world, probably worth around 2.48%. When you see these volume weighted ATR bands grouped together like so, then it's basically a sure thing. Pretty much a sure thing to see a violent price action in the opposite direction, okay? Yeah, really, really nice to see that, actually. I'm going to be keeping my eyes peeled for that. But yeah, overall, again, playing in this range, guys. We've got the volume weighted ATR band on the 60-minute in a digressionary stance, which is bearish, guys, because unfortunately, when you see this in a digressionary stance, you can see not in the biggest digressionary stance there, support being formed, nicely done. Again, not in a digressionary stance, support being formed, nicely done. Digressionary stance, bit of support, but we basically trend down below it, right? This is kind of what happens when that does happen. So not the nicest thing in the world to be seeing there. A very, very bullish candle there, which is good, but Bitcoin throwing you right back down to the dirty dumps. So yeah, the support level to really be looking out for there is 58 cents. If you lose this level, okay, if you lose this level, there is going to be a potential trade here. It's not clean, so I'm probably not going to get involved with it. It's not clean, and what I mean by it's not clean, guys, it's like these bounce points. You can see these wicks. This is there's too many variables in the way here for us to actually get a nice clean entry and a clean position. So just for example's sake, if we were going to short this asset from 58, the first take profit would be around 58.12, and that's going to be worth, like, I mean, it's still 1%, right? Still 1%. So yeah, still actually not terrible. Better than I thought, okay? Better than I thought. But still very, very violent here. In terms of candle body closes from this area that we have seen, if we are looking for a potential entry, it's going to be inside of here. This is going to be a candle body close. Didn't get that CP1 hit, unfortunately. We did on this candle body close. So it is a 50-50 average here, whether we are going to get that for this position. But yeah, just I think there's cleaner positions out there, guys. I really, really do. So yeah, not going to be getting involved with that one. Yeah, going to be moving on from XRP. But overall, XRP, I am bullish on XRP. It's got great utility, and I do see us going up. I think the main announcement for the settlement for the whole SEC thing that we did see over the last few years or so for XRP is... I just bit my tongue. Just bit my tongue, damn. Yeah, the settlement for XRP is going to be coming through in April, right? That's when the big announcement's going to be coming through. So ideally, we should see a nice big spike up in the price around that. But hey, it could be a sell the news, buy the rumors, sell the news scenario. There again, we don't know how that's going to play out, but a lot of people are bullish on this asset. What was next? What was next? Was it HODL? I'm a long-term hodler. I'm a long-term holder. HODL. I enjoy the charts and Chester's charming personality. Appreciate it, man. Let's do a bit of Casper. And I see Zykor coming through saying, "Hello, sorry I'm late." It's all right, bro. It's all good. It's all good. We still out here. We still here. You can always watch the stream back every day. It's not a problem. Let's do a little bit of a Casper there for Mr. Miles. I hope you're all having a good day wherever you're watching in the world. I'm over in Bangkok in Thailand, living it up. Love it. Do a little bit of buy bit here. So you can see this is interesting. Yeah, I remember we did this last week, Mr. Miles. We were actually looking for this this move to the upside, and it played out. Didn't get involved with it, but it did play out really, really nice and clean. And from there, we have just kind of grinded down this trend line in terms of resistance, okay, with no sign of really stopping, okay. And this is a great example of the volume weighted ATR bands. One being together as a colluded bunch as a level of support, but again, also having that sort of mentality to grind down as we come down these bad boys, because they're in a digressionary stance, okay. So the more that these level out, okay, the more that these start to level out, the stronger the support should get, okay. The stronger the support should get. This is the 4-hour, the 3-hour, and the 60 minutes. So we're ideally looking for those candle body closes above these areas, and you can see candle body close above it, 5%, candle body close above it, lovely, lovely 6% there. If you guys did want to have a free trial on these volume weighted ATR bands, you can do that for 7 days over on newmoneynetwork.net. I actually don't have the link in the description or anything like that, so if you are interested in that, just drop me a message on TG, and I'll sort you out a nice sweet deal. Free trial or whatever, you know. So thanks for so much for looking at GIF. It's full of $5 limit buys and sells with $200 in increments of 1 to 2 cents. Yeah, I saw that. It does look a bit choppy in terms of the chart. Like you're seeing these wicks come to the upside and then people just selling into it like really aggressively. Maybe it's a volume game. They're trying to boost the volume up. Maybe they're doing some aggressive market making. Who knows? But whatever they're doing, it doesn't look good on the chart. Okay. See Road Dog Crypto coming through. Nice to see you on the stream there, bro. What? Only 8 likes? Just to give you gold every day? I'm hitting that like on my phone and on TV. Good stuff, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Road Dog Crypto, go check him out. I stream like I think just after him. So yeah, he's got some crazy skills in trading and amazing animations that pop up on the stream and stuff like that. So yeah, very, very impressive graphical work over there, my good sir. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day, Mr. Road Dog. And guys, also you can go copy his trades over on Fairdesk as well. I see him doing very, very well on Fairdesk as well. But yeah, just talking about Casper again, we are looking at, as I was saying, these digressionary volume-weighted ATR bands, they are actually kind of coming into this sort of horizontal standpoint. When we see them in a horizontal standpoint, guys, the support is usually pretty goddamn good, okay? It's usually pretty goddamn good. I'm trying to find an example here. It would be here, and as you can see, we don't have the data, unfortunately, but you can see here we did see a really nice uptrend from a micro downtrend from that area, okay? So that is kind of what we're seeing here. We did see a bit going on here, but you can see digressionary stance, we trend down with them, and then when we come to this horizontal stance, we see a nice little uplift in the chart there. But the fact that these guys are together, they're grouped together right now, is a very bullish sign, especially for Casper. We know that this asset is going to be doing very, very well over the course of the next few months or so. So what I really would be looking for here is the same position as we did dissect a couple weeks back, and is going to be this falling parallel channel with a nice break to the upside. And you can see the measure move that we've got from here. Totally degenerate, totally greedy, but still definitely something that we can be looking out for there as well. And if this is going to pop off from this support, I do think it's going to be very, very aggressive. What I mean by aggressive, I mean look at these disgusting, juicy, bullish wicks to the upside, okay? Yes, bearish candles, but bullish wicks to the upside. Really, really, really strong buying pressure coming through from there. So maybe, hopefully, we see something along the lines of that, and then we can see a nice bigger position coming through there. If we are looking for an entry for that, I would be doing something along the lines of this. And it's still very, very choppy with these wicks, guys. It's very, very choppy with these wicks. So instead of doing a straight horizontal, we're going to do a price box there. And that gives us a sort of an area to sort of guide us through there. See, hey Chester, can you do Pepe and a bit of BOMB? Yeah, I can do that. I can do that for you, no sweat. But yeah, the entry point I would be looking out for here for this asset would at least be, it's got to be a break of this trend line, right? And then from there, we're looking at candle body closes and how they have reacted from this zone. Candle body close here from this zone, candle body close here from this zone. You can see the momentum that we have got from this, around 4%. Around near 4% again. So what does that tell us? It tells us if we do get that candle body close, it's likely that we're going to have a 4% move to the upside. 4%, it's goddamn greedy. It's degenerate. Let's go for 2%. It's easier, a lot easier. So let's go for 2% to the upside, 2.4%, something along the lines of that. And that's going to be a lot more of a realistic position for Casper right now, if we do get that nice break that we are essentially looking for there. But yeah, going to be moving on to a few different coins now. Going to be jumping over to Pepe, and yeah, going to be jumping over to Pepe and seeing what that's all about, seeing how that's reacting to this Bitcoin dumper-rumper coming through. What is Bitcoin doing now? 65.1. Okay, so again, guys, just to reiterate for the people who are just joining the stream, again, I'm looking for a bounce at 64.5. Okay, 64.5 is the key area. We've got the volume weighted ATR band coming up on the 12-hour here. We've got the Fibonacci on the 4-hour. Yeah, Fibonacci on the 4-hour, the 0.236, which we're currently testing. And you can see that we've got 3 hours and 38 minutes left of this this 4-hour candle. So we can actually wick all the way down and bounce all the way back up. It's still going to be classed as a test of that support level at currently 65.4. And where else was there more data? Yeah, you can see the 12-hour volume weighted ATR band coming through at 64. Yeah, 64.5. You can see 64.5 here from a wick perspective. Momentum to the upside. Very, very. Did that wrong. God, I gotta have some breakfast. My stomach is going crazy. You can see massive momentum to the upside from this zone. So yeah, 64.5, massive, massive move. I would expect nothing. I'm not going to be too greedy here. As I said, I'm just going to be going for that nice little test up to the volume, up to the Fibonacci retracement level of the 0.236, and that is going to consist of around $1,000 move. Okay, around $1,000 move for Bitcoin. We have seen this happen before. It's very, very likely that it happens again in this 4-hour sort of testing period for Bitcoin. Okay, just to reiterate what I'm thinking there. Let's move on to Pepe. Let's do a little bit of Pepe here. Going to be using Bybit, as you can see. Interesting, a bit of TA coming through from there from the last time we picked this apart, but you can see, unfortunately, we've got the 60-minute inner digressionary stance, which is a bearish sign. We've got the 12-hour volume weighted ATR band coming down as well. It is a meme coin, guys. So as I said, I think previously, this can mean that we do have a bit more fluctuation in the price, because it is retail, it's dumb money. A lot of people get scared, a lot of people FOMO in, FOMO out, and FUD comes through very, very easily on assets like this. So that's why we can fluctuate from a TA perspective, just to take that into consideration as well. So we are seeing a nice test of this support at 6293. You can see the bounce areas from that have been quite aggressive previously. Again, we are in, we've got 7 hours left of this candle here, so we might even come down and test the 12 hour and then bounce from there. I do expect a bounce fairly soon, not because we'd do it, but because it's just meme coins, right? It's meme coins. People have been looking for meme coin entries for a while here. Now we have seen a lot of them explode, and yeah, so I would expect a nice bounce for Pepe, decent bounce, especially off the 12-hour volume weighted ATR. But overall, it does look fairly bullish here. But again, this is it's a clean Mount Everest example, guys, and the OGs on the channel know about Mount Everest here, so I'm going to explain it for the people who don't. If you don't have a clean Mount Everest chart pattern coming through, as you can see, Mount Everest, lovely stuff. You can't get to Mount Everest, the peak. You can't get to the peak without stopping at Base Camp 1. Okay, Base Camp 1 consists of a nice bit of consolidation. You need to rest, you need to get some food, you need to have some sleep. Otherwise, you're going to crash down, okay? You can't go parabolic up the mountain all the way to the peak. Otherwise, you get wrecked, okay? So that's essentially what we're seeing here. Not enough consolidation, not enough rest time, too much parabolicness up the mountain. You start running up Mount Everest here. So it's inevitable that you're going to crash back down. What you want to see here for a nice Mount Everest climb is up to Base Camp 1, consolidation, Base Camp 2, consolidation, Base Camp 3, consolidation. Then you hit the peak in a really, really nice uptrend, and all is well. All is well from there, okay? So yeah, that's just the analogy that we do use on this channel. But yeah, you're seeing us basically crash down. In terms of key levels of support, in terms of high lows and market structure here for the good old Pepe Frog here, what we're seeing here, the most recent and most valid higher low has sort of really been invalidated here. Unfortunately, it has been invalidated here, but the next one that we're looking out for here is going to be down here at around 50298. Now, unfortunately, guys, because you have invalidated this one, this basically, what you need to do from here, you need to bring up Fibonacci. So you need to bring up the automatic Fibonacci retracement, and you need to be looking at the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement zone, because this essentially is the confirmation of the reversal of the trend. And where does that line up perfectly with? What do you know? The 12-hour volume weighted ATR band. So you can see that we're going to probably have a juicy bounce from this zone, probably worth, I mean, I'm not going to say 12%, but for simplicity's sake, this is going to be the previous wick that we are going to be working with, and it's going to be around 5% now. You can see a nice wick to this zone as well. Could bounce earlier, who knows, but maybe the 12-hour comes up over the next sort of 2 days or so, and we do actually get an earlier bounce and we don't test the 0.5. But the key bounce point is going to be within this sort of zone here to really be looking out for that for Pepe. I do expect a bounce. Moving on to BOMB. Did have a little look at this chart yesterday. I mean, it's getting wrecked right now as far as I'm aware. They did very well marketing, like very, very well. They got the message out. They partnered up with a lot of exchanges. They had a lot of budget behind them actually doing that. I want to get a better chart than this. I know there's not that much data on this right now because it's quite a new coin, but yeah, we're not getting much data. But yeah, they've done very, very well in their marketing strategy, and yeah, you can see the data is so lagged because it's a very, very new coin here. So I was looking at one. Where would it have been listed first? Probably Mexi. But but we're not even seeing anything on Mexi. Oh, we're still on KuCoin. Okay, we'll stick with Bybit for now. No, don't want to stick on that chart. That was awful. We'll stick on here. Yeah, here we go. This is where we got a nice bit of data from before. So you can see that we did see all-time highs from this asset coming through. They had an amazing marketing strategy. I was watching this. It's like, I'm a marketing guy. I love all that stuff. I like dissecting a company and how they've done that from a strategy operations perspective and a BD perspective as well. I love it. So yeah, I was dissecting kind of their launch strategy and what they've done, and they did really, really, really well. Okay, really, really did well. Not that sustainable, as we can see here. Only naturally the price will do this after such a big viral push. And we've seen a lot of retail get into this, but again, purely retail. We haven't really got the solid floor that we're looking for just yet, and the floor is yet to be found, okay? So from this all-time high that we did see for this asset, we have just seen progression to the downside, okay? So in terms of a prediction as to where this could be going now, again, it's very hard to do TA on coins like this. Very, very hard, because the data isn't that valid, because we don't have that much data to be referencing here. And again, guys, we haven't got our floor, okay? From meme coins especially, what I've learned over the last sort of 6 months to a year studying these charts, they're very different to normal assets, okay? They will explode up to the upside, and then they will crash, okay? Then they will crash until you're left with a community that are just diamond handed to hell that won't sell. And then you need the next marketing push, and that's when you see the chart actually start to have the revival that is due. Now, the exposure that this had at the start is amazing, okay? The fact that everyone's sold is still fine. It's still absolutely fine, because what we're looking for now is the floor. You can see the selling momentum is slowly tinkering off here, slowly tinkering off. So what we can expect is basically all the people that have sold here, they've obviously made a little bit of profit here. They've sold, and what they're basically gonna be looking out for there. Now this coin's had the overall exposure here to the crypto space. What we're likely to see is a floor get formed, a breakout scenario happen, and when that breakout scenario happens, guys, you're going to have this FOMO scenario happen again, right? You're going to have all these people like, oh, I sold, I made money, now let's just wait for the next wave up, right? Once the floor's been found. And that is exactly what's going to happen here. You've got the overall exposure, you've got this listed on major exchanges, the volume's there, it's pretty much set in stone for this asset to have a really bullish future. But what you need to do first is find that initial floor. Once you found that floor, then you're going to find that that nice curling up period. And from a developer perspective as well, guys, they've kind of hit all of the marketing points on the head. As I said earlier, they're listed on most of the major exchanges right now. From a volume perspective, they absolutely killed it. And if you launch a meme coin and you have insane volume exchanges will list you for free, because they'll make more money listing you than you having to actually pay for it through fees, right? So that's essentially what's happened here. They paid for a few centralized exchange listings, and then all the major exchanges started listing them for free because they had such insane volume and they wanted to capitalize on that. And that consists of an exchange simply just buying up your supply and listing on their exchange, and then basically giving everyone the option to trade it. But they will do an announcement on their Twitter, on their socials, to basically tell their audience that they're going to be trading it, that it's available to trade. And that basically is another marketing push for this asset in general. So what, again, just to reiterate, guys, we haven't found the floor for this asset after such a big marketing push, but we have seen massive exposure in the crypto space for this asset. So it's only a matter of time before we see us curl over and have another big break to the upside. And then all of these guys that got out with the money that they made, great stuff, they're going to FOMO right back in. They'll FOMO right back in, and we'll see a God mode candle or something along the lines of that, because we've already had the exposure. We're already listed on major exchanges, okay? Sorry if I'm waffling on about that a bit, but yeah, definitely want to watch it, guys, okay? Moving on. I'm going to be calling it a day, guys. We've hit an hour. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do appreciate it, but we will be back tomorrow morning, same time roughly. Just to reiterate on Bitcoin, what we are looking for here, guys, is a nice bounce period. The bounce that I'm looking out for there is 64.5. We've got volume weighted ATR band here on the macro, the 12-hour here. You can see this 64.5, really nice bounce point for us to be checking out there. You can see the level of support we do have as well here on this chart. Really strong stuff there as well. And you can see that it's likely to bounce, guys. It's likely to bounce. We're still in this bull market. It's looking pretty good. Okay, I'm not going to be going for the biggest bounce in the world. I'm going for 1.35%. If you want to follow this trade, you can do so on Copy Trader. Link is in the description, guys. We're going to go for a nice move up to 0.236 Fibonacci retracement. And if you are looking to trade on an exchange, the sponsor of this stream is BingX. Some amazing rewards if you guys want to go check that out. Link is in the description as well. But yeah, that's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow. Have a great day. Trade safe out there because these markets are pretty juicy, as we found out yesterday. It's like $500 in one hit yesterday. Amazing stuff. But hey ho, that's trading, baby. That's trading. Gonna make it all back today. And I say Beef and Doc saying #1 crypto streamer. Be back, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Do appreciate the compliment. And yes, I will be back tomorrow, every single day, Monday to Friday. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it from me. Thank you ever so much for watching. Peace out.